But the real question is, what are you preparing for? So one of the keys to manifestation is preparation. And what I mean by this is asking yourself, am I preparing for the worst case scenario? Or am I preparing for what I have always experienced because it's just normal for me to experience this old reality? Or am I preparing for the best case scenario? And am I preparing for the version of me who has what I want, regardless if I've ever experienced this before? This is actually one of my favorite quotes inside of the Project 369 books. It says, you get what you prepare for. And I'm not sure if this was actually coined originally from like Neville Goddard, or I think it was in the Bible. The Bible said something along the lines of that, because the Bible really is just a book on how to manifest. But anyways, a perfect example of this is, let's say you are trying to manifest a new income level in your business. Let's say right now you're making 5K months, okay, and you want to make 10K months. And so you're going throughout your day-to-day, you're doing the normal things that you normally would do and prepare for if you were making these 5K months, because that's how much you've been making in your business for a while now. But if you've been affirming to yourself, I'm so happy and grateful that I'm now making 10K months consistently, my income's always growing, blah, 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 and you've been doing this and practicing this, but you actually haven't changed who you are being, and you aren't preparing for these 10K months to come in as if they're already here, that may be a big component as to why you haven't manifested that next level of income yet. Because if you are not mentally and subconsciously prepared, or even physically prepared for something new to come in, what's going to happen is your ego is designed to protect you, right? So it's going to protect you from any harm's way. So if you're not prepared for 10K months, you might subconsciously be thinking to yourself like, oh my gosh, like, I want these 10K months. I'm telling myself and affirming these 10K months, but what's going to happen if I make 10K months and I don't have this down? I don't have that. I'm unsure of how to handle these different things. Or maybe there's a certain level of organization that I haven't yet hit in my business. Like, how am I going to do that if I'm having 10K months? And then your ego is kind of freaking out in the background. And this usually happens subconsciously, and then it affects the actions that you do or don't take in your business. And so it hinders you from taking the opportunities and the actionable steps that help you create those 10K months or more. So you need to ask yourself, if you were the version of you, and this could be pertaining to anything, if you were the version of you who had what you wanted, what are a couple extra little habits that you could start implementing that you would be doing, even if you're not there yet? What would you be doing if you had this desire? So let's say you're making 5K right now a month, but you want 10K months. Okay, well, if you were making 10K every single month, what would you be doing in your business? What is missing right now? What are variables that need to be filled, or gaps that need to be filled that you're not doing right now, that you can start implementing, even if it's just 1 or 2 things a day, new habits that you can start implementing in your business. And maybe that's organization, right? So I noticed, like for me, for example, when I started organizing my business more, that was such a huge thing for me. I would always tell myself in the back of my mind, like, I'm scared to make more money because I'm like so disorganized. I need to figure out how to organize things more. And I was putting that off for a while. But the second I started organizing my business and using an app, like I use Notions, I started organizing all my content ideas, my client work, brands that I've worked with, goals that I have with certain brands that I work with, because I'm a UGC creator too, goals that I want to hit with like my clients, my manifestation clients, and things like that. And now I have all of this organized. My subconscious feels safe to have more, because I'm like, oh yeah, I'm good. So I started making more money. I started getting more clients because subconsciously I felt safe to have more. Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Let me know in the comments below.